Hey guys, Kickassreaction here, and today we are continuing on again with more of Yugioh GX. So, I think we're near the end of this alternate dimension spirit world arc thing going on right now. We're about to get like a battle between Jaden, Judai, and the demon with Maya, who now has the Sacred Beast cards and Exodia? Holy shit! That is insanity, actually. Genuinely is a crazy deck build. We've got them on top of a reintroduction of both Asta and Zane, and Zane and Johan is about to have a ridiculous fight, a duel to, what are you doing? Opening a portal up so that they can get back home, channeled by the dual energy. What the fuck? What was the explanation again? Something weird, something very, very strange is going on right now. But two matches, presumably, are going to take place side by side here, with the main character, the main villain, and like the other two crazies. Yeah, Johan is honestly a little too similar in personality to Jaden, I think. So it makes sense that he would eventually battle Zane because Zane's epic. But yeah, we're about to get some pretty wacky shit right now. We had the fourth match between Jaden and Chaz last time, which, again, he lost, you know, because Chaz can never get a single win, can he? But yeah, things are getting weird. Things are getting very, very weird at this point in the story. But we're bringing back the main antagonistic force, the main cards of Season 1, which is crazy. So we'll see what's actually going to go on with that now. But yeah, guys, let's do it. The Gem Beast versus the Cyber End Dragon. Base as fuck. And don't you tell me by some miracle Johan gets that Rainbow Dragon card in the middle of this match, because that would be some nonsense. What on earth?
Perfect!
What'd you even do? What did you do? The Gem Beast versus the Cyber End Dragon. Base as fuck. And don't you tell me by some miracle Johan gets that Rainbow Dragon card in the middle of this match, because that would be some nonsense. What on earth?
Perfect!
What'd you even do? What did you do?
了解転送します。
これがよしレインボードラゴンの画像をカード化するんだ。あとはヘルカイザー、ヨハン。
I mean, it's the one thing to, you know, have an image, nothing to add effects, attack points, and all the other complicated shit that goes into a card before you make it. Unless Pegasus already had the whole thing like in mind. You just needed the image of the card. We're having a match across realities. Oh, and we're going hard. Bro, imagine that is the choppiest Wi-Fi signal I've ever seen. That was Cyber Phoenix as well, that's crazy. Making Chimera Tech turn 1? Yeah, it looks like he's making the Chimera Tech. Yeah! His absolute best use of that card will never be topped in that cage match, but still pretty cool card. I would have honestly just waited a little bit for that card. You can get that thing to insane heights. Oh my god! Wow, we're not holding back. Cyber End, turn 1.
攻撃力2400の3回攻撃。そして2ターン後にはサイバーエンド。貴様も10代と同じ無限の可能性を持つというのなら
かかってこい。
俺のターン。
And all the deck he has right now, not about the side, not about the Rainbow Dragon. I like it though, already, like, Zane's using a combination of his Cyber Dragons and, like, I think his Cyber Dark Legacy cards, because that dragon he used was of the other deck.
アメジストキャットの効果発動。攻撃力を半分にしてダイレクトアタック。アメジストネイル。
Alright, now how do Rex attack look in this? Oh, oh! You have to go for the base.
博士、レインボードラゴンのカードが完成しました。まもなくカードを搭載した戦闘機が離陸します。
わかった。
カードを伏せ。ターン
Come
エ
on,
ンド。
boys, you need to get more intense. Wait till Cyber End Dragon comes out.
手札のサイバーホーン、エッジ、キールを融合。
3 Cyber Fusions on the field.
サイバーダーク。
Bro, chill the fuck out.
墓地のドラゴン族を装備し、その攻撃力を吸収する。合体せよ。エルドラゴン。
This should be it. We're literally.
さらに
This should be
墓
it.
地にあるモンスターの数だけ攻撃力アップ。サイバーダーク、フルダークネスバースター。
Don't forget, Chimera Tech can attack 3 times.
大丈夫か。見て。空が。
Oh. Oh my god.
本当にここと現実の世界をつなぐ隙間が。
It's actually
砲
happening.
玉銃は破壊された時、
We're actually transcending
トラップゾーン
reality.
に置かれる砲玉となる。そして砲玉の解放が破壊されたことで敵から新たな砲玉を呼び出す。
That's not gonna matter much.
ルミ
だがお前の場はガラ空き。
キメラテックオーバードラゴン、トリプルアタック。
この攻撃を受けたら
Isn't Ultimate Fusion meant to already activate in the anime?
この
Like it's
程
only
度か。
one turn or something? It was like that in the Zane and Jaden match.
大徳。うわ
Guess not.
いって
Plot armor to spare.
俺ナポレオン教頭、
はい
この奥の扉から出れば地下の配管用通路へ行けるのである。ねとにかくそこからテニスコートへ行くのである。ここは我が輩に任すのである。ナポレオン教頭、我が輩程度のデュエリストが生き残ってもさして役に立たないのである。
Damn.
これまで辛く当たってすまなかったのである。だから頼む。
Well, it's nice you finally apologized for all that season 2 nonsense you put him through. Actual nonsense, bro.
砲玉の双璧。場に2つの砲玉があるとき、相手モンスターからのダメージをゼロにし、新たな砲玉を呼び出す。
I like the Crystal Beast theme. I don't know if I've said that yet, but this is a really hype theme.
やばいど、中に乱入されたら。
Kick the fingers, man. Smash the fingers. Make him let go. You see, physical violence is an option in this case. I do just want to say that. Sometimes it, you know, it's the answer.
速攻魔法、炎の鉄条網。
召喚サファイアペガサス。
I mean, could they even, like, attack you if a duel's already underway?
倒しがいのある
They
敵が
do
並んで
seem
い
to
るな。
wait until you're
今日
done.
のデュエルは絶対に負けられないぜ。サファイアペガサス、サファイアコーニング。
Yeah, but you don't want to disrespect Zane that much by having to lose to this guy.
もう一体の砲玉を呼び出す。来い、アンバーマンモス。そしてルビーカーバンクル効果発動。ルビーがマジックトラップゾーンにあるとき、そこにセットされた砲玉銃をすべて特殊召喚。
Go. This really is like playing a modern day version of Yugioh. 8,000 effects chaining off in your own battle phase that aren't yours. Good lord, this game sucked today. You're in attack mode as well.
さらにカード2枚伏せ。
Oh, these stuff
ター
the
ンエ
turn?
ンド。
Oh.
一気に宝玉銃を召喚したか。俺のターン忘れてないだろうな。このターンフューチャーフュージョンの効果により現れろサイバーエンド。
Ultimate monster, a 4K beast with incredible piercing damage. Too much. It's too much energy. He's got 3, all from the different eras actually. Because Chimera Tech was like his bridge in between like his old self and his
サ
rebirth.
イバーエンドドラゴン。
Cyber End's obviously his main and the Cyber
臆
Dark
するな
crap.
よ。これは試練じゃ。お前がレインボードラゴンを手にするための。
宝玉の砦。宝玉銃1体を1000ポイントとしてその合計より攻撃力の少ないモンスターのバトルを封じる。これでサイバーエンドは攻撃できないぜ。
サイバーエンド封じか。
And then he pulls limiter removal,
甘
right?
い。サイバー流にとって攻撃力の制限など無意味。装備魔法パワーロード。
Okay, I don't know power load. That's new. Take power from the other. Yeah, okay. Did they get added to his total?
パワーロード場の機械族モンスターの攻撃を放棄する代わり。
Is that a real card? I've never heard of that before.
1回につき400ポイントアップさせる。俺は全ての攻撃をサイバーエンドに収束。
That's GG! God, his outfit is so edgy but so epic at the same time.
空がいいサイバーエンドエターナルエボリューションバースター。
アップ発動。宝玉陣琥珀。
God damn it.
アンバーマンモスが攻撃された時その攻撃力をバニール宝玉銃の攻撃力の合計とすることができる。
play from the loss. Oh wow. Oh wow, that actually is entirely. Interesting. For a second I thought he was just gonna get the Rainbow Dragon. Oh dear, an equal attack for both of them. Is that it? Is that what we needed? The beacon of hope? Is that it?
開いたぞ。ターゲット
Gonna
の
shoot a fucking missile at them? Wow, okay.
よし、これでカードの転送は成功じゃ。
この装置じゃ耐えきれないのか。
And that match ends without a deciding winner.
おお、シューティングスター。あれか。
Fair enough, I
博
guess.
士、教えて
Can't
くだ
have
さい。
Zane lose like
どう
that.
すればレインボードラゴンの力は発動するんですか。博士。
Summon it.
レインボードラゴンに巨大なエネルギー。
ネオス。
Hi.
10代様。10代。
兄貴。みんなこっちだ。
無事だったのか10代。
So, villain, what will you do? Are you actually going to do something?
あの時の痛み。
Alright, so this actually was one of his cards.
熱いよ。助けて。
Oh my god.
助けて10代。
So this was one of Jaden's homemade cards that Kaiba, like, won, that Kaiba made into a card for the contest.
決して忘れはし
I'm
ない。
surprised the Neo-Spacians
そろそ
never
ろ
brought
決
this up
着をつけ
before.
ようか。君の永久に。
僕の
Alright,
するため。
that makes sense then.
ここまで来ればと
It's
りあ
like
え
it
ず大丈
needs
夫
to
だ。
return to its
この
creator
学園
kind of
に
thing.
こんな場所があったのね。
What kind of card would
まあ
Jaden make though? That
10代が無事で何よりだった。
just add in with his other
けど
cards.
途中でナポレオン共闘が
Did the
共同が
Neo-Spacians reject this card?
そういえばアモンも戻ってない。
どうやらまともな状態でいるのは俺たちだけらしいな。
結城10代に次ぐ
君たちがこの学園のどこかに隠れているのは分かっている。決着をつけよう、10代。僕が勝てば君たちは永遠に僕のしもべとなる。だがもし君が勝つならデュエルゾンビとなった全員を解
I
放
mean, that's
しよう。
basically the same state
場
as
所は
Sartorius,
学園
so
外
yeah, why
の
not?
砂上の廊下。
Fuck it, why not?
ただし君が30分以内にデュエル上に姿を現さないときはデュエルゾンビとなった生徒たち
Will
を
be so
全員
forever.
始末す
Or
る。
just killed. That works too. Was that really necessary?
全員を始末だと。
そうはさせない、マルタン。
Do it. Wow. Okay, season 3 is really giving us some surprises here. Because yeah, first we have Cobra, who you know, wasn't actually the villain of the season as we found out, but we fought him quite early on, and now we're already like teasing that this demon, this dual spirit, this supposed like actual antagonist for the whole season, is gonna be dueling right now with Jaden. That is very surprising. Yeah, so that's pretty cool actually. It seems like, yeah, so the origin we're going for here is this is a monster that Jaden made, presumably made in the whole competition that we got in season 2 that led him to make the Neospatian cards, and for whatever reason this card either wasn't a part of that set, it wasn't sent into space for the same purpose as the other cards, you know, did the Neospatians reject this card and cast it out? Like, what happened that made this card specific and this spirit specific enough to be isolated compared to the rest of those cards? And it's like it's a need to return to its creator kind of situation here, where it needs to do that by any means necessary, even harming the creator itself, which is a fair reason to be a yandere, I can't lie. But yeah, that's pretty interesting. And again, Jaden, what the fuck did you put in this thing? For how many powers this thing has, you know, brainwashing, possession, reality bending, you know, like sending an entire school to an alternate dimension. What OP shit did you put in this card, man? Maybe they sent it off separately because it was like a busted card that like no one could properly use, you know, and it's like, I don't know, maybe they thought that, maybe they realized that there was a spirit in the card when they made it and they were like, fuck it, we gotta send it out of space because this thing cannot be on the planet. Like, what happened here is my question. But yeah, he's not put any of this together yet. He hasn't even considered there could be another card that wants him specifically, but we are going to get it soon. And like I said, it was really cool. You know, Sacred Beasts, which he has experience with, versus Exodia, which is one of the most legendary cards ever that set off his idol's like career. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty fun. So I am excited to see where we do go with this, of course. The Rainbow Dragon card is apparently here now, so that's fun as well. It needs tremendous energy, which, you know, I guess the main character versus the main villain of the season could supply that. So that's going to be fun to see. But yeah, like I said, cool stuff. We're really getting to like the very end of this now, it does seem, you know. Zane versus Johan, not too much, but I don't think they want to go one way or the other to give an answer on who would win this match yet. Because obviously, Johan doesn't have his boss monster under control yet, so we'll see. But maybe soon, you know, maybe at some point we will get the true match between those two, and we'll see how that ends up going. Cyber End Dragon versus Rainbow Dragon will be pretty peak. And yeah, you know, just fun stuff all around. So guys, let's go in episode 129. The threat of the three mystic demons. Judai vs Martin. Well, here we go. Bro's prepping. Rarely ever see that.
大丈夫ダイノボーイミーにはカレンがいるからな
Fair.
そうザウルス
Yeah, and he's doing something.
レインボードラゴンに
Trying to calculate what that energy might be. How much it might need.
博士この世界のどこにそんなものが
Dual
10代
energy.
行くのか
Like, what's the source of all energy in this world?
10
It's
代
dual
これ
energy.
はきっと罠よ
トゥモローガールのオピニオンに賛成だぜ。
だが要求に応じなければ奴の言うことが脅しとは思えない。
それはそうだけど
何が待ち受けているかはわからないけど俺は絶対に奴を許すわけにはいかない。
兄貴
Base.
なら俺も行くどん。
私も
Yeah.
私も行く
Obviously, we need
私
spectators.
マルッチを助けたい
それはダメだ。
どうして
このデュエル勝てないかもしれない。
兄貴
Outside of Zane, he's never really doubted himself this much before.
三元馬のカードを持ってるんだ。
You beat them last time. To be fair, you had a BS plot convenient card, but
三
still.
元馬がマルタンの手に
けど兄貴は一度三元馬に勝ってるザウルス。
Yeah.
あの時俺が勝てたのは大徳寺先生がくれたカ
I'm
ードがあ
glad
った
we're
か
at
ら
least
だ。
acknowledging the plot convenience of that card. To be fair, you have a bunch of easier ways to summon high-powered monsters now.
博士はレインボードラゴンの力を覚醒させるためには巨大なエネルギーが
I
必
know
要だと言ったん
Duel
だ。
would do that.
巨大なエネルギーまさかそれがないと
たとえレインボードラゴンのカー
How
ドがあ
about
ろうと
summoning the sacred beasts in the dimension that they're real in would be a lot of
この世界
energy.
にはないと思っていた。
Just a thought.
けどあるんだ。玄魔だよ。三元魔こそ巨大なエネルギーそのもの。
三元馬
That also
レイン
means
ボードラゴンを三元魔にぶつけるんだよ。そうすればそのエネルギーでレインボードラゴンの力が覚醒する。
what?
ゲンマとレインボードラゴン
That
を
also means you have to
奴
let
の手
Martin
に
summon
三元魔のカー
the
ドがあるのは
beasts,
むしろ
which is
不幸中の
madness.
幸いかもしれない。兄貴と一連卓
Like I
上
said, though, I am
そのようだな。
I'm especially a fan of like big boss monsters in Yugioh that don't even have like relevancy to their backgrounds clashing,
俺たち
right?
にはやるべきことがある。信じるんだ。
God
10
cards,
代たち
Magician, Blue Eyes, they're all connected to Egypt.
必ず戻ってくる
Presumably, the Beast cards and the Rainbow Dragons, like, their mythologies have nothing to do with each other. There's no connection between them, but they are like legendary, powerful cards in Yugioh, so it'd be fun to see them clash like that.
Me too.
Legends
ジュダイが
clashing,
体
basically.
力を温存するんだ。たまにあんなものを。何？
Oh my god.
サンキューケンザ行くぞダークドリケラトプス。
デュエル
You know, why are they letting the zombies attack them when, like, the demon wants to fight Jaden? Specifically, it wants to fight Jaden. So why the hell is it letting its soldiers
まずい
attack him?
10代が囲まれている。そう召喚ダークティラノ。現れろオキシゲドンハイドロゲドン。
It's been so long,
ジャイロイド
so long since we've seen Bastion's deck. I forgot he even had a deck at this point, you know?
頼ん
He
だぞ
had one match in
空
season
からレインボー
2.
ドラゴンのカプセルを見つけるんだ
52 episodes, and he hasn't dueled yet in this season. And we're over 20.
そうはさせん。
Oh, great. What beat that? Oh, fair enough.
踏ん張るんだ。
Gear Golem and that thing. We're not even playing Yugioh anymore. We're just summoning our best monsters out turn 1, aren't we?
分かった。行ってくるぜ
We're。just doing whatever.
逃がさないよ兄貴
丸藤先
Someone
輩。
knock him out.
そうはさせないど。トラップ発動ジュラシックインパクト。フィールドの全モンスターを破壊するどん。マルタン。
マルッチ
Oh yeah, she's friends with him, isn't she?
あの包囲網の中をよく来たね。さすが10代。
What was the point
こ
of
のデュエ
that?
ルに勝ったら本当に約束は守るんだろうな。
マルッチ
もちろんだよ。
何あの左腕
僕は 君と違って
He's
嘘はつかない。
possessed of things.
お前は誰だ？カノーマルタンじゃないだろう。プロフェッサーコブラもお前が操っていたんだな。
Not really.
そう、その通りさ。
Made a false
あの男は
promise.
この左手が
復活するのに十分な働きをしてくれたよ。
お前はあの時見た。
Yeah.
何を企んでる？
君から受けた愛を返すこと。
俺に？お前、や
You're
っぱり最初から俺を
you're
知って
their
いたんだ
daddy.
な。
You're their daddy, Mr.
ひどいよ
Judai.
10代。僕のことを。
忘れているなんて。でもこのデュエルで思い出すかもしれないね。僕のこと、君が僕にしてくれたこと、今度は僕が君に同じことをしてあげる番だ。
I'll keep flip-flopping between voices
愛
here.
してるよ、世界中の誰よりも。
Well, let's see where we go. I don't know what they intend to do with Rainbow Dragon, to be honest.
あれだ。
Interfering with the duel?
行くぞ。
Oh my god, can we have 5 minutes?
ヨハン！
No responded to him? I guess it did wake up. Oh my god, it's actually gonna eat it. I guess the Rainbow Dragon didn't need anything else. It actually woke up. Wow.
やったな。ヨハン。
Rogal's just pissed it got woken up in such a rude manner.
俺を守ってくれた。俺は主だって認めてくれるんだ。
やったなヨハン。
これでついに宝玉銃デッキが完成した。
Nice.
ヨハン、喜びに浸っている時間はないぞ。
ああ、待っててくれ。10代。
Yeah, this is a very bad situation. You have to literally stall the match and let your opponent play their best cards in order
僕のタ
to
ーン。ドロ
in
ー。
order for this to work.
カオスコアを召喚。
Chaos Score is a great name,
攻撃力ゼロだと。
which means it
カー
has
ド
an
を1
effect.
枚伏せ。僕のターンは終了する。
俺のターン、ドロー。現れろ、スパークマン。
Classic.
スパークマン。スパークフラッシュ。
カオスコア効果発動。このモンスターが攻撃された時、デッキの玄魔を墓地に送り、その枚数分だけ戦闘ダメー
Wait,
ジを
you're
ゼロ
telling
に
me
する。
there's support cards for those?
深淵王ウリア、
There,
高麗王
there's
カモ
support
玄
cards
魔
for
王
the
ラビエルを
for the
墓地
sacred
につけて
beasts?
効果発動。
What were you thinking, Pegasus? What the hell?
よって僕のダメージはゼロ。
三元もわざわざ捨てるだと。俺はカードを1枚伏せ。ターンエンド。
僕のターンドロー。カードを1枚伏せ。ターンエンドだ。さあ10代、君の番だ。
Seems like
間違いない。
he's also
三
stalling.
元魔は召喚条件の厳しいモンスター。それを墓地から復活させ、一気に召喚するつもりか。
Great, great
俺
theory.
が伏せたカ
Honestly,
ー
it's
ド
a
は墓地への
common,
効
that's
果
a
を
common
無効
theory.
とするカード。三元魔は召喚させないぜ。発動タッグリクエスト。フィールド上のモンスターと同じ攻撃力のエレメンタルヒーローを1体特殊召喚。現れろネクロダーク
I
マン。
always forget about that thing because I don't think he's ever summoned it before. It's always just a discard.
スクラッチ。
カオスコアの効果発動。カオスコアはあと2回攻撃ダメージをゼロにできる。
Fair enough. Discard 3 cards, you get 3 uses.
スパークマンスパークフラッシュ。
無駄だと言ったはずだよ。
速攻魔法瞬間融合。
Ah.
魔のスパークマンとネクロダークマンを融
Oh
合。
god, what are these two combined into?
ダークブライトマン。これならどうだ。カオスコアはすでに3回の攻撃を受けて効果は使えない。いけダークブライトマン。
オズバースト。
really speak
相
like
手
you
モ
know
ンスター
him.
の攻撃宣言時フィールドのモンスターを自爆させ攻撃モンスターを破壊しその攻撃力分のダメージを与える
Once again, going on with that burn damage in this anime.
苦しいだろ10代でもね僕が味わった痛みはもっと激しい
Explain, please.
マジックカード発動オーバーソウル墓地からスパークマンを特殊召喚
僕のターン召喚ファントム・オブ・カオス
Phantom of Chaos. Ooh, another one that's like not even a
攻
monster.
撃力がゼロ
10代君にさらなる痛みをファントム・オブ・カオス効果発動このモンスターは1ターンに1度墓地にある効果モンスターと同じ能力を得ることができる僕が選ぶのは高麗王ハモン
Oh my god.
現場の復活トラップ発動ヒーローズルール2墓地を対象とする効果を無効にする
やはり君はあの頃のまま甘いねカウンタートラップ発動魔球の賄賂相手にカードをドローさせトラップを無効にす
We've
る
got negates for negates now. Oh, now we're playing proper Yu-Gi-Oh! Shit.
ハモン
Yep.
あれがゲンマ
You remember this one?
いけハモン出力の霹靂
I'm assuming that this guy's a much better host for these cards than Kagimaru was.
スパークマン
安心してよファントム・オブ・カオスが呼び出したハモンはあくまで幻影モンスターは破壊できても相手へのバトルダメー
Because
ジ
you'd
はゼロ
lose otherwise.
けど効果は別だハモンの特殊効果地獄の食材
What was it? You take 1,000 points when you kill a monster or something?
カードを
Yeah, it's
1
been a
枚
long
伏せて
time since we've
ターン
seen
エンド
Haman.
ダメじゃないか10代まだ始ま
What
っ
if we're
たば
gonna
かり
see
だよ
the
もっともっと
the
僕と痛
fusion
み
of
を
the
分か
sacred
ち合おう
beast in this
こんな
in
ことで
this
勝
match?
負がついて
It's not
し
the
まう
best
な
card ever, but it's
僕が
pretty
許しま
lethal,
した
honestly.
10代
It's like you get 10k points and that's it.
ヨハンオブライアン
戻ってきたぜ10代大丈夫か10代無事に手に入れてきたぜレインボードラゴンを
ヨハンお前なら必ずやると信じてたぜ
なんだこいつこいつが来て10代の闘志が蘇ってきた
こうも簡単に僕の10代を許さない貴
Ooh,
様
my
こ
Judai.
のデュエル俺も
Your
参加させてもら
Judai
うぞ
might be gay.
ほう俺と10代がタッグを組むそして俺が加わることで増えるライフはお前のライフにも加算される
What?
これなら文句はないよ
Fuck off.
面白い提案だねいいよ
What reason do you have to accept
話がわ
that?
かるじゃんかよ
貴様から先に八つ咲きにしてやる10代の目の
Oh
前
my god.
行くぜ10代俺の宝玉銃とお前のエレメンタルヒーローその可能性を見せてやろうじゃないか
ああデュエル
Alright then. Well, I guess the rules did benefit in the end, but like, yeah, that's still kind of wild. Alright, well. Tag team match now for the end game. I think the only time we've had that before was Yugi and Darts. Oh, sorry, Yugi and Kaiba versus Darts. And obviously Darts didn't get 8k. Sometimes the anime is kind of weird where the rules are like if it's a 2v1 the opponent gets 8k and sometimes they don't because yeah, Darts didn't get 8k when he started, he got 4k. But in the end, you know, it didn't really matter because his life points were relevant. But even still, you know, this is fun. This is very fun. The Rainbow Dragon's now out. We're going to see its epic powers happen, and we're going to collide them with the ancient powers of the Sacred Beast that we're well familiar with. That's really fun to see. And obviously now, actually joining up with Jaden, this has pretty much sealed this spirit's fate. But it is really interesting the context clues we're getting. There does seem to be a lot of familiarity with this card, with this demon, with this spirit. So we'll have to see what's coming of that, because it does feel like it knows him personally, and, you know, we don't really know anything about that yet. It doesn't have anything about Johan, so that's interesting as well. But yeah, guys, we're in the middle of a duel right now, with a 1-part and 2-parter, really. So, I'm going to do my cut, and when I come back, we'll continue on. So I'll see you in a moment. Based. Alright, let's see the synergy between these decks. You really would think, you know, and I'm not trying to hate, but, you know, Ray would be a better choice because she's literally got the connection for Martin. You know, she is the best friend of Martin. You know, I'm just saying, you would think that, like, to specifically have a character here that knows Martin, that has grown up with him, and, you know, all that would work a little better. But I get the plot needs to happen, so that can't happen. Well, there you have it. Rainbow Dragon Awakens. Not much more needs to be said than that. Oh my god, he's literally on the side. Gem Tree. You definitely take a few more losses in this now that those faces. Now that you have twice as many points. Oh, fuck you and your permanent trap. Bro, imagine if he got Uriah, that would be such trolling energy. And from a trap. Because Uriah's set is nothing. That's a copy of one, not the true thing. It's pretty impressive though. You need some draws right now. Like, badly, you need some draws. I think he's done that before. Sailor Man. Yeah, okay, he's done this before. I don't remember when though, it's been a while. There's actually quite a few elemental heroes in this anime I just didn't know about. Was Sailor Man ever made into the TCG? Never seen it before.
Judai, これで次のターン、僕の攻撃が君に決まれば、その時点で君の敗北は決まる。そんなことはさせないぜ。Judaiは俺の身に変えても。
Yeah, hey, that's my boyfriend. Back off. Bro, you've known him for a week. You're tempting the yandere. I know you don't know it, but you are unlocking wrath you cannot control. That was so intentional though, like Jesse. Oh god, no, Johan. Jesse's his English name. I think that's the first time I've said that. I think I've only seen like 5 episodes of the dub so far. I am watching a little bit of it though. But no, Johan is definitely probably gay for Judai. I get those vibes. His accent in dub though is crazy. Well, the gods are gone, but these are pretty good substitutes. Alright, well. Yeah. Well, they actually had some good support even by now. Now would be time to run. Because you're fucked. You are fucked. Yeah, you ain't doing nothing to that. No chance. Right, Uriah could be taken out pretty easily, but still. Did he still got Exodia in this deck, or did he take him out? Oh yeah, I forgot, traps can't be used. Wait, can they not be used at all when Uriah's on the field? Is it literally just Jinzo's effect? Of course. Alright, boys. What you do? Are you getting hard for him now as well? Oh yeah, he summons clones or tokens, doesn't he? Nice. You didn't look happy about that. Man, he just goes round and round and round. Like a proper, like a modern game of Yu-Gi-Oh. You're getting close though, you're getting close to that dragon. He looked a little worried there. It's time. Oh, ho, ho, ho. It's time, baby. The ultimate gem lord. Yeah, yeah, you've all been waiting for this. He actually looks like he's shitting himself. I forgot what the effect was. It's like super like a beef up effect. There we go. Oh my god, it's behind Yo, it's behind O'Brien. Is it that? It's that big. Holy crap. I think its main effect just boosts its attack points. You can beat Uriah pretty easily. That is sick. Don't do a goddamn cutaway yet. Makes it think he might not go through. I didn't even realize it was in defense. Wow. Wow. The dragon's first attack and you fucked it up. Don't believe that was stated in season 1. That you can only attack Haman in defense. Is there some obscure fusion of Neos and Rainbow Dragon that I don't know about? They've got a similar color palette. Neo Space, of course. Wow. I just love his reactions like, How dare you, Judai, Jaden, Yuki! Another triple contact! Chaos Neos, this is new. So, oh, I love that design though. That is good. What does this thing do? I actually forgot that effect about Neo Space. Oh dear. I mean, like Judai's destroyed Uriah so many goddamn times at this point, I've lost track. He was clapping that thing over and over in Kagimaru's fight. Oh no. Oh god, what is this? Are you gonna... Oh, you... of course. Of course. And that's just gonna make Uriah stronger because, you know, trap cards. Oh. You don't need to look hyped about that, O'Brien. Oh, is this gonna be the fusion of them? I think that is the fusion card of them. Yeah, okay, here we go. Almond Tile. Really bad effect, but for this it will work. Probably. You'll get rid of Rainbow Dragon. Wait, alright, now please bear in mind it's been a long time. Well, not long time, it's been many months since I did Season 1. Wasn't Raphael's effect that he could tribute the tokens that he had to buff himself up? Like, he gained 1,000 points per token he gave up. So wouldn't that have been enough to take out Rainbow Dragon? Because he could have boosted himself to 6k, and then the Neospatian thing that Jaden has, that only has 3,500. So putting Haman in attack mode, that would have been enough to take him out. Was that not it? Was that not enough? Because I understand that this is enough to take any of them out in one hit, but if we are, you know, depending on if this thing has its IRL effect or not, it goes to 0 attack points after this turn, and with only 1 attack, it's it's not very good. But we'll see. Damn. We've established that.
そんなにこの体が心配なら返してやろう。これまでこの世界で行われてきたデュエルでもデュエルエナジーは吸収され続けてきた。僕の体も完全に復活することができた。
Hey, that's actually really nice of you. You actually give up the body just by asking? Okay, well, don't let it be said that this thing isn't at least generous in some way. Well, he's giving you 1 soul back, right? 1 soul you can have back. Nice. Oh, fuck you! What the fuck? Yubel? Really? That's been the monster this whole time? Was Yubel? I fucking hate that thing. I fucking hate Yubel decks, man. I said that in the anime many times. Fuck Yubel decks. They are such a pain in the ass to deal with. Those goddamn effects of no battle damage. It gets redirected to you and it can't be negated by battle. There's so little shit you can do against that. It's fucking bullshit. And now Yubel's here? Really? Of all monsters in the whole goddamn game, you had to pick the one I've got a beef with. Okay. Okay. Why not, right? Why not?
やっと一つになることができた。もうこの体に用はない。望み通り返してやる。
マルチ
マルタン
I'm not happy anymore.
まさか
Fuck you!
忘れてはいまいね。本当に忘れてしまったのかい？この僕の瞳を。
Yes, you have different colored eyes. They look very nice. Yubel's way too OP to be a card from back then. If it has its IRL effects. So it wasn't a card he made, he just had the card. Is that it? Yubel was like... What the fuck? What is going on here?
まさかお前ユベル
10代知っているのか奴を
そんなバカな。
やっと思い出してくれ
Did he make the card or did he just
我が名は
did he just have it?
10代どんなに離れようと
And it just
どんなに時が流れよう
it just happened to be the card that had the dual spirit of Yubel inside of it.
ここから返すわけにはいかない。僕の元に来るんだ10代。行けアーミタイル全土滅殺転生派
I'm a little confused on actually what's going on right now. I don't think they even showed any text on Yubel's card there, did they?
プリズムウォールフィールドの攻撃対象をすべて自分に向け互いの攻撃をすべて貫通させる
I guess with as much build-up as you gave it, you didn't want the Rainbow Dragon to lose on its first match, right? That would have sucked.
ヨハン
特殊効果発動
There you go.
レインボードラゴンはフィールド上のすべての砲玉銃を吸収し1体につき攻撃力を1000ポイントアップする
That should get you enough.
レインボーオーバードライブ
That should get you over, actually, if you use all 7 of them. Yeah. The Neo space just crumbles. Ironic, because it's also a neon rainbow world. Oh crap, I didn't think about the actual physical damage.
俺は自分のデュエルを通してみんなを救うのが夢だった。今それを叶える時が来たんだ。あとは頼んだぜ。
ヨハン
That shot is beautiful. I know you can barely see Armentile, but that is a beautiful shot. So what happens to you two? Do you fuse together? Are you gonna take him over? Like, what's happening to you two?
レインボードラゴン飛べみんなの架け橋に
Yeah, you're both like ascending together in a neon beam. Interesting. See, it's always kind of risky when you do situations like this because obviously, like, this has been like super built up and you know, this has been really built up for these kind of powers off the bat. So it can be very hard, I feel like, when you have both of these reveals in this episode, right? Because the identity of Yubel has been hidden since like episode 2 of this season, because the first one was a recap episode. But obviously, Rainbow Dragon has been a card they've been hyping up since near the start as well. So I think it's very hard writing-wise to make this kind of work, because both of these clashing forces are in the first match, in their facing off in really their first reveals. So it's kind of weird, right? Because to build a character up, to build a villain up that you want to perceive as a threat, you can't really have them lose on their first match. But at the same time, they kind of did that both ways, where Rainbow Dragon was built so much at this point that having it lose in its first match would have been a disservice to it as well. But it kind of works both ways with Yubel and Rainbow Dragon. So this is a very flimsy and very risky kind of situation to be in a match like this. But I think it was pretty cool, you know, because obviously like Yubel taking over the sacred beasts and having them come back, you know, and for the first time ever seeing like their fusion counter. It's very cool. It's very hype. It's very OP. Obviously, the downside didn't really come up because the duel was over by that point, but Rainbow Dragon being there as well does make it kind of risky. So I think that, yeah, having it be a draw and like then end the match due to plot is probably the best. It's probably the safe move that you can make right now. Because otherwise, you know, either Yubel loses credibility as a villain, or the Rainbow Dragon stuff is very, it's kind of dead weight at that point, because all that hype and then it lost. So we'll see what comes of that. But yeah, it was Yubel. God. For the era that Yu-Gi-Oh! GX takes place in, and especially, like the era that she's from, which is like meant to be like, you know, when Jaden was a kid, like 10 years ago, like around Duelist Kingdom, maybe not Duelist Kingdom, but like near the end of Duel Monsters, seems like a pretty OP card for someone to have, you know, beyond like the God cards or anything like that, because that's a card that could actually stop a God card. So yeah, timeline-wise, not sure how much sense that makes, but alright, so it does seem to be very, like, sorry, but there's just very little to actually explain on that. So I guess it was one of Jaden's first cards. Did he make the card himself, or did he have the card anyway, and it just happened to be by chance, it happened to be the exact copy of the card with Yubel's spirit in it, right? Because only one spirit per card and whatnot. And obviously through that it gained, Yubel gained a bit of an attachment to Jaden, and by looking on the flashback, it looked like Yubel was fucking around with her powers, and humanity, science, Kyber Corp found out, and they just launched it into space because they didn't know how to deal with it. Like, they found out the card had real powers, and it was like, you know, messing around, and that's it. And then it grew to find its master again, to find Jaden. That's kind of what I kind of get from it. Because, you know, he's never mentioned Yubel before, ever. He's never mentioned anything like that. But I do think there is some nice potential for story here, because one of Jaden's big defining character points is the love he has for his friends, and obviously you can spin it now to where Yubel is the friend that he abandoned. Maybe indirectly. It didn't even seem like he had a choice in that regard, but Yubel was abandoned by Jaden, and now we're going to go down an arc of where, like, you know, jealousy, resentment, you know, rage, all the negativity stuff. It's like, you know, why is Yubel like the one friend that he made, maybe his first friend based on how young he was in that flashback, and, you know, she was abandoned by Jaden. Because then you really can have an interesting angle where it's not just hero versus villain. You know, there is some sympathy there is some legitimacy in the rage, and how would Jaden actually go about, like, dealing with that? If he truly does care for his friends, how would he feel about someone who's angry specifically at him because they felt abandoned by him? Especially when it's not like a human or anything. You know, we don't really redeem dual spirits or just monsters in general in Yu-Gi-Oh! So I'm really curious how you're going to go down that route. But yeah, it just seems like this is a creature that's been gone for so long that Jaden damn near forgot about Yubel. But yeah, that was really fun. Like I said, introduction to Rainbow Dragon, very cool, very peak, very cool. We haven't had that for so long. Like I said, it really is cool to highlight this, because this really does feel like a next generation fight, because we get to see, while I didn't do much in this battle, we got to see like the Sacred Beast cards evolve in ways we didn't know they had before. There's you You know, because Kagemaru used them very bare bones-ish. He used them very singularly, but had them in the same deck, right? He didn't have any supportive cards where they all work in unison. He didn't have any support cards that are meant to summon them. He summoned them legitimately through their required sacrifices, and then past that point, he just kind of played on them to their own strengths. But Yubel has a deck that is very archetypal based on the Sacred Beast cards, which we didn't have before, which does show, you know, the power of the beast that we saw in Season 1 was not their full capacity. Kagemaru gained the cards themselves, but none of the support for those cards, and obviously, from where we've come, Jaden's deck has improved over the last year since fighting the beast cards, so we really get to see both villain and hero have grown a lot stronger by this point, with Jaden growing the Neo-Space, the Neo-Spatians, Neos in particular, and all these new Neo-Spatian fusion cards. So it really does feel like appropriately both the beast cards and the elemental hero stuff has it has all like evolved and improved at that point, which is really cool to see. And obviously, like we said, Crystal Beast stuff they've been developing since this season started, so this really did feel like a really cool matchup, and the fusion card does look really cool as well. But yeah, I like this. The ending was really cool. I'm not sure what we're really implying that we're doing with Johan now. It did seem like we're done. It did seem like Duel Academy, everyone's out now. They might go back to the real world, which is really cool. And there we have, you know, Zane and Asta, and like two of our most heavy players in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX with those two. But the Sacred Beasts, the Sacred Beasts and the Crystal Beast cards seem to be lost right now. Like, Yubel just disappeared, whereas it looked like Johan actually got teleported with the Rainbow Dragon, so I'm not really sure what we're trying to convey with that. Are they all still in the spirit world? You know, are they like... Is Yubel going to take over, like, you know, Johan now? Did the Rainbow Dragon weaken her form enough to where she has to rely on his body now to fight? What's actually going to go on? I'm not sure, but that'll be very bad, because that would also mean that she would gain the power of Rainbow Dragon on top of the Sacred Beast and Exodia. There's only so much you can actually do in a deck before it starts to become either an absolute clusterfuck or way too OP for characters to actually, you know, feasibly win against it. But yeah, that was really cool. Like I said, that felt like the end of this, what do you even call this? Because the first part is like the Cobra arc in the season. Then we've got this, which felt like the Spirit World arc, if you want to call it that. Maybe like the zombie apocalypse arc in GX. That kind of sounds kind of funny. But then obviously we're going to go back to Duel Academy now, so we'll see how this goes. But yeah, either way though, guys, that was still a fun matchup. You know, half 1v1, half 2v1, really cool stuff. And that just kind of sets like another dead point in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. It feels like now we're in the next portion, the next arc, whatever you want to call it, in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. And it should be fun. I'm curious. I'm really curious to see where we're going to go from now on. Now that we've revealed Yubel as the villain, now that Jesse's... I keep saying that now. Now that Johan's got his ace boss monster and his deck's complete, that's all really fun as well. So we really are pushing things forward now in GX, and it's really exciting for Season 3. So guys, thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time.